Hello folks, good morning. Just wanted to do a few more warm-ups today. So we'll start again together. Hopefully you can see the feet. So some nice opening movements for the body again. Circle up, center line and opening wide. Think of just creating space and openness in the body. Coming up the center line. Opening, so it's feeling the chest, rib cage, the sides of the body opening. And just think, today, again, opening the body for another day. Breathing in as we come up. And opening. Breathing out. Up the center line and opening. Very good. And just sensing the feet firmly on the ground, a sense of a string pulling the head upwards. And just this elongating, being pulled down and up. So just sense yourselves lengthening from under the feet and up above the head. And anchor down into the feet. Gathering up then fresh energy up through the body and opening out like a waterfall, letting that pour out around the outsides of the body. Drawing up fresh energy, anchored with the feet in the ground. And leaning on the legs, really becoming aware of your legs on the ground. Pushing into the ground. Feel that solid foot under you and pulling up. So just encouraging you all the time to feel solidity, solidness. Feel the feet on the floor, feel the solid floor and the solid ground under the feet. And really anchor that sense in, that you're anchored here on the ground. Relaxing out any tension out the sides. Pulling up. And opening the body. Relaxing as you come down the sides. This time I'm going to link the fingers up the center line. This is from the 8 brocades. Pushing out, looking at the back of the palms, and then as the palms go up overhead, we look forward again. Drop the shoulders, keep the elbows slightly relaxed, and then open and sink down into the knees. The feet, as you come down the sides, link again. Breathing in as we come up, looking at the back of the fingers. And then up overhead, look forward, drop the shoulders, relax down. Holding up the heavens, pushing up with the backs of the palms. Looking forward, if the palms are overhead, coming down the sides again. Up the center line, turn out at the chest and push out to each side, like you're pushing against a wall. Gather, sink as you come into the center, breathing in. Turn out the palms, straightening up as you push out. Relax and breathe out. Breathing in, expand, chest, lungs, rib cage. Breathing out, relax in and down. Breathing in and out. Very good. Creating just more space and expansion in the body. What we're used to doing in our bodies when we're under, even when we're focusing clearly on something, we tend to tighten. When we're anxious, we certainly tighten. So this is encouraging the body to relax back open again. And that in itself relaxes the mind. So creating openness. Don't worry about forcing or pushing, just gently reaching and opening. Change. Relax the palms down. This time one palm goes up, the other palm pushes down. So with the back of the palm over the shoulder blade and the flat palm pushing up to the ceiling, the bottom palm pushing down to the ground. Breathe out, we come in, swap the palms, separating heaven and earth, pushing up the sky, pushing down into the ground, and just seeing yourself as a link between the two, reaching up for the heavens and down into the earth, the yang and the yin. Gather, opening, reaching, opening the belly. It's very good for our stomach and spleen. When we think of the spleen in traditional Chinese medicine, we think of worry, the center where worry is. So by opening this, we're helping to condition and relax the spleen and the stomach and the function of digestion, how we're able to digest all the happenings going on around us and life in general. Lovely an opening for the belly. And then as you come down the front with that front palm, push the two palms back and looking back over your shoulder. Rotate the palms so they look up. Your little finger looking forward, thumb looking back. Turn back in to the center, you sink into the knees and push back as you push and open the chest again. Rotate the palms so they look back. So turning to each side, looking over the shoulder. Back to center, looking over the other shoulder. Turn, rotate the palms so they look up. Arms out wide each side, around waist height. Push back, turn. And let it be easy. Again, this is like a sense of opening. Don't force. Relaxing in and down as we bend the knees in the center and then turning and opening again. Back to center. And back to center. Very good. Well done, folks. Okay, we'll do a few clocks to circle and open the back. So two palms coming together and we look up and then minding the back, bending from the hips, looking down, letting the head hang down and then pushing up, rotating the clock. As we come forward, we look up and just go at your own pace. As we come forward, we lean down. Bend the knees if you need to. And push up, and looking up overhead. Let the tailbone come forward and in as you're up overhead. minding the back. So only move to whatever is really comfortable and easy. We'll do one more this direction. And the next time you come down, just letting the arms and the head hang, bend the knees, hold the feet. Just take a couple of breaths there. And then slowly pushing up off the feet, straightening from the very bottom, up through the ankles, the knees, the hips, and one by one then the vertebrae of the spine, and lastly the back of the neck. And we'll go around the other direction. Couple of clock rings circling around. Clasp the palms together and open again. Bending the knees if you need to. Circling around, opening the back, the sides of the body. Just nice, slow, smooth movements. And then slowly making the circle smaller, coming into the center. Very good. Well done. Very good to open the back and let tightnesses move back into the body. Very good, folks. Just some overhead arms. So here we're going to circle up and overhead and come up on the ball of the opposite foot. Relax down. So here we're lowering the head. Very good for stress. And the heart fire. So letting the stress sink downwards through the body to the feet. Lowering the head and swinging the tail. And change. So coming up on the opposite foot and letting the hip swing out to the side. Letting the head come down. Very good. And back to center. We circle around the outsides, down the front, up the back, overhead and down the front, making a little heart shape with the fingers, bending the knees as you come down the front. We'll do a couple of these, gathering, centering, coming down the front, under the foot, up the back. And we just call out a couple of points we're passing as we make this shape. So starting under the feet, coming up the back, the base, kidneys, back of the chest, back of the head, top of the head, around the front of the forehead, the heart, the dantian at the front, the base, under the feet. And slowly, as if you're gathering and drawing up energy up the back, up again to the base, the kidneys, back of the chest, back of the head, over the top of the head and down around the front, the forehead, throat, the heart, belly, dantian and the base again, down to the feet. This time we'll come up to the kidneys, around the waist. Gather the palms and seal. Squeeze the palms. Push down into the feet and lengthen upwards the head. Well done, folks. Well done. Stay well. See you soon.